Today in our 2015 Ram 3500, we're going to be taking a look at and also showing you how to install the BAK Industries Revolver X2 hard tonneau cover. This is a roll-up aluminum and vinyl cover. Part number is BAK 39213. The BAK Industries Revolver X2 is one of the nicest tonneau covers out there on the market, really. This is the newer design that they've come out with. This is almost like a hybrid design. So we're going to have the look of a soft top cover. Looks just like the old vinyl covers did. This is a really nice grade vinyl. It's going to offer us a lot of UV resistance, very flexible no matter the temperature. So we're not going to have to worry about cracking or anything like that. Now underneath, it's nice and solid. There are individual aluminum slats that run across to give us that nice solid surface all the way across the top. Now they're jointed so they'll roll up nice and easy, so we get the benefits of a hard cover, all the security features of it, without having to sacrifice our entire bed or having to pull off one of the hard shell tonneaus, get it on and off. It's just really allows us to very rapidly, just in a few seconds, roll this up, get it up out of the way, and have almost unobstructed access to the bed. Now the first step in our installation is going to be to install the bulkhead seal that's going to come across the front of the bed here. I'm going to use a little bit of rubbing alcohol and clean the bed cap off really well. Now you can do these with or without drop-in bed liners. Here you can see we do have a drop-in bed liner that's already been installed. So for the main portion of going completely across, we're going to be using the thinner of the seals. Just kind of start uncoiling it. We want to pull off the two red pieces on the back side. Those kind of cover the adhesive. Just going to place it right on that rear edge. And then what we'll do is just trim that off right at the end of the bed cap, or that, at least the bed liner cap here. Set that aside. And then just to increase the water resistance factor of our cover, I want to fill in this little gap that's here on the outside edge on both sides. Without a bed liner it wouldn't be there, so we'd just be running this thick seal all the way across. But in this case, let's just go ahead and try to give ourselves every opportunity for weather protection. You see, it's nice because those are going to line up perfectly now, so we'll have a good seal all the way across. Do the same thing over on the driver's side. Now we've got our custom rails that we're going to put in place. As you can see, they've done a really good job on these of making sure that we've got the appropriate spacers and things like that that we need in here to get a great fit on the truck. This is the part we're actually going to be bolting the cover to. This is going to go towards the front. We want that longer oblong hole to go towards the front. Small pad right here on the end. That's going to go right up against the front of the bed of the truck. And then this rail will just kind of sit over the top. There's a nice groove right here. We've also got a weatherproof seal that's going to help to keep out those elements and things like that. We'll place the rail right up on the edge of the truck there, and then again move that all the way forward, as far forward as we can get it. Now you can see how the rail's going to sit right over the top edge of the outside of the bed. What we're going to do is get that pushed as far forward as possible. And I've got just a couple spring clamps. Just slide those up on there to kind of help hold it in place while we get our clamps on. And we're going to take our clamps. Each clamp's going to have some teeth that are grooved in there. That's designed to fit in the grooves on the underside of the rail. So we want to be sure we get those fully engaged. Slide our clamp as far forward as possible. And then we'll just hand tighten this clamp for now. Maybe put just a touch of torque on it to hold it in place well for us. We can move on down, positioning one directly in the middle, and then one as far back as we can get it. All right, now we'll grab our torque wrench and get rid of our spring clamps. And we're going to torque our nuts down to the specifications that we'll find in our instructions. But as we do that, we want to press down on that rail to make sure it's fully seated right down on top of the bed cap. All right, that's all there is to getting this driver's side rail installed. Now let's head over to the passenger side and we'll repeat that exact same process. Now with both sides of our rails installed, we're ready to get our tonneau cover put up into place. So just grab an extra set of hands there, bring it up, and we just want to set it right down on the rails. The black tabs are going to sit right inside of those channels. Now with that resting in there properly, let's go ahead and start unrolling our cover here. Now with our cover laid out on the truck here, we're going to take the hardware. There's going to be 4 bolts provided. We're going to slide 2 in here on the passenger side. They're the tracks that run all the way across here. Easy to get them slid in there. With those 2 in, I'm going to do the same thing over for my driver's side. Just like that. Now we'll rotate that forward. And as we do, those bolts are going to go through those oblong holes that are in the top of the rails. Just like that. Now we're going to fine tune the alignment of the cover as far as forward and back goes. What we are looking for is for the front edge of the hard part of that tonneau to be lined up with the front edge of our rail. We don't want to deal with the rubber seal. We don't want to use that as our mark. We want to use the actual cover itself. As you can see, it's going to need to come back a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is just roll up my cover a little bit here without moving that at all. And once we have that positioned where we want it, we're going to take one of our rubber flat washers, one of our regular flat washers, and one of our nylon lock nuts. We're going to put it on each of those 4 bolts that we brought down through our bracket. And we're just going to keep those hand tight for now. Get all 4 of them in place. Now with our front hardware loosely installed there, let's roll out our cover and see how it lines up. Should roll freely without any kind of interference or anything. We can make little adjustments just by kind of moving it side to side here. All right, once we're happy with the alignment on everything, which it looks good where it's at there, let's go ahead and get it rolled up. And we'll tighten down our nylon lock nuts. All right, and with those secure, let's roll it out one more time just to make sure it's still properly aligned. Then we also want to check and make sure that our catches are fully engaging under our rail, which you can see there. Now we'll roll it on back and just press down firmly on both corners. Make sure our locks engage. As you can see there, we've got a good secure fit. Make sure our tailgate still has full functionality, and we want to ensure that we've got a good seal across the top. Now we're just going to go from the back to the front or the front to the back, and we just want to lift up gently on this outside edge. This is going to ensure that all of our tabs are interlocking and locked down. If it's not, we need to readjust it, but this is lined up really well. It looks really good. We're ready to go ahead and put on our securing straps. Now for the straps to secure our tonneau in place, we'll want to roll the cover up. Now the straps for securing our top are attached to a clip that's just like the ones we use to hold on our side rails, and they operate in the same fashion. So just loosen that up. Place it up on the rail. Typically this is going to go right behind that front clamp. secure it in place. And there you'll see we've got our buckle that'll go right up over, getting everything nice and secure. I'll do the same thing for our passenger side. Now the buckles are going to clip right into the other side of the buckle there that's attached to the vehicle. Then we can just pull out whatever slack we've got, feed the tag in, it's going to go right through that cam buckle. Pull out whatever slack we've got there, and then just cam that over. As you can see, that's going to hold it nice and steady for us. As you can see, with both of our straps secure, it's going to do a great job of keeping this from moving forward and back. Now we also have an extra level of protection. Let's go ahead and take our securing straps off here. If we didn't have those secured, if we were to roll our top all the way forward, it still doesn't want to come in contact with the rear of the vehicle. But just in case anything were to ever happen, what we're going to do is find the area in which it would hit the back of the vehicle first. So it's going to be this slot and this slot. And what we'll do is just take the provided D-pads. We're going to place those right on the cover on those two slots closest to where it would make contact. Now for best results here, you're going to want to use some rubbing alcohol. Just kind of push them down on there really well. And now in any event that this were to actually roll all the way up and make contact, we'd have good protection there and we don't have to worry about the back of the cab. All right, with everything lined up and working properly, that's going to complete today's installation of the BAK Industries Revolver X2 hard tonneau cover. Part number BAK 39213 on our 2015 Ram 3500.